Hello, guys. My name is Major Munchies, and we are back with some
Hello.
gaming news and stuff and
Stuff. I
things.
think we're
Um,
branching out a little bit from gaming news.
we are going all over nerd culture.
We're just going very nerdy today.
Yes. The first thing that we're going to talk about is
Just
Metal
gonna
Gear
jump right
Solid.
into it. Jump.
Yes, we are. Metal
Metal
Gear
Gear Solid
Solid
5.
Phantom Pain. Well, the Phantom Pain, sorry. It has a release date now. So, yay.
So if you're looking forward
Thanks.
to that, which you may be,
I am.
I've never
I
played a
am.
Metal Gear Solid.
I have a little bit. I wasn't too enthralled with it when I was a kid, but it grew on me. Um, and it's coming out September 1st in the US and September 2nd in Japan. I wonder why we're getting it
Yo,
first.
that's weird because it's a Japanese game. It's
Yeah, you would think.
Kojima.
And
Uh,
Konami.
but
Two
yeah,
Co's. The
but for some
Coco.
reason, US and Europe
Team
gets it
Coco.
first. But yeah, I never played one of these games. The trailer like at E3 like a year ago, it did look pretty cool. I'll give him that.
Yeah. Well, maybe this is the one you can try. I
Maybe
mean,
I'll
as
enjoy
far
it.
as I know, like the story and all of it is like very convoluted and like a bunch of retcons. Maybe not retcons, but a bunch of uh like oh, it's him. Oh no, now it's not, or
Oh,
something like
okay,
that.
yeah.
Because I've had it explained to me 3 times, and I was like, but
Oh, you can watch.
every time.
There's like a Metal Gear Solid lore in 2 minutes video on GameSpot.
Really?
Yeah, and it'll go through it. I didn't watch it, but I saw it. There was actually a part 2.
Well, in other Metal Gear Solid and Kojima news, Kojima's name has vanished from Metal Gear Solid 5 materials. So they're saying that the message Hideo Kojima game, which is the tagline for Kojima production titles, they're saying that it was removed from like all of the MGS 5 imagery and the website, which was relaunched as part of Konami and everything. And they're saying that a Metal Gear Solid 5 Twitter account also disappeared from that, and
That's weird.
a Eurogamer note.
They're just
Yeah.
like rebranding or something.
Well, it looks to me like, just based on everything, that they actually they Kojima's production thing and Konami have broken apart,
Yeah, I
and
guess so.
because this is going to be the last Metal Gear Solid for him, apparently, which apparently he said that like every Metal Gear Solid, but
Yeah, and he's like, "Oh, I'll make a new
it's,
one."
yeah, it seems like it though. It seems like this is the last one, because he also posted he tweeted a farewell sausage with a picture of a sausage.
Oh, see, that's the sausage. It looks like a hot dog.
So the sausage might mean Konami. Yeah.
He might be
He's
giving
known,
you the middle finger.
he's known for being cryptic. So,
It could be like a metaphor for his penis.
and then another is, apparently an anonymous source told GameSpot that Kojima Productions and its owner and publisher Konami have suffered some kind of falling out, and the senior staff at the studio had their access to corporate communications, internet, and telephone restricted. And limits will be placed on how they're allowed to promote the new MGS and everything.
Yeah, it's weird.
So
They had like some fight or something. I imagine, like, what's his name? Hideo Kojima.
yeah.
He like he did something at the office that pissed everybody off, and he's like,
It's like,
he's real totally belligerent to Konami, and
fuck you, Dan. I
and
pee
he's
where
like,
I want.
screw you guys, I'll eat my sausage all I want.
Kojima just
Oh no,
peeing
it was
everywhere.
it was Kojima was eating a sausage, and Konami's like, no, you can't have sausage here. He's like, screw you. I'll have sausage where I want.
Sorry about that. I was
It was a slamming door is what it was.
sorry. Yeah, friends over, all that fun.
Oh, it's
Um.
beautiful.
Anyway, so yeah, I wonder what that entails for Silent Hills. I wonder
Silent
what that.
Hills.
Yeah,
Oh.
because I think Kojima is working on that. Is he with Taldoro?
Yeah. I don't know.
That guy.
I don't know anything about it.
Yeah, he. It's you remember the PT trailer? That thing that came out.
PT?
Yeah,
No.
it's like it was like a little trailer for the Silent Hills game. It looked scary as hell, and
Oh,
I
yeah.
really
If
want to
it's a
play
Silent
it.
Hill game, it'll be scary.
Yeah, apparently it was like free on I think it was PS3 or PS4 or something like that. Uh,
Yes. I don't know.
yeah.
It could be.
Anyway, speaking of new games and stuff, apparently Final Fantasy 16 a press conference will be held on March 19th at midnight PTD regarding future plans for the game, and that you could watch it live on YouTube, which I'll link it down below the
Can you believe that they're
tweet
on
thing.
16? And that's like not even including
Yeah.
all the spin off like X2 and
I
that.
stopped at 8.
I
That
never
was the
played
last one I
them.
played.
I just didn't like them, but
I loved. Oh no! I didn't stop at 8. I stopped at 10. I think. Yeah, it's 10 because Titus or
it's
Titus.
X.
Whatever. Yeah, yeah, it's 10.
Okay.
Um,
I can't believe there's 16 of them.
yeah, really. My favorite ones are probably, 4 is definitely my favorite. That is my favorite
Really?
above all
Nobody
else. Yeah.
talks about 4. It's always 7.
Yeah, 7's the biggest one, but 4 is amazing and it is the best. And
Maybe
10
you're
is
just
probably
wrong.
the second best, I think, honestly. Well, just as far as games I enjoyed and loved and played as a
PS2
kid.
games.
Yeah.
The graphics definitely got a lot better.
Yeah. Uh, then, yeah, FF7. I'd put that next. Just because I didn't play any of the other ones, really.
It's like,
Well,
yeah.
I played some, like, spin-off games. Like, there was a GameCube one. I forget its exact name, but it was, like, Final Fantasy 7 or no, Final Fantasy something. It wasn't a number though.
Final Fantasy Poop Stain Zero or something. Yeah.
Yes, probably,
Whatever.
probably that.
I mean, they look kind of cool. I just don't like the turn-based RPG stuff.
Speaking of sequels,
So your segues
I'm on fire tonight, dude.
always
I'm,
on
like, in
fire.
there. Anyway, Titanfall 2 is confirmed and is coming to Xbox One,
So
PS4,
if
and
anyone ever
PC.
played the first one,
They did for
Uh,
about a week.
yeah, I mean,
And then everyone just got up, flipped the table, left.
table flip. The only thing I find interesting about this is that Titanfall was an Xbox and PC exclusive. It came out on Xbox
Yeah.
One like for a while before it even came out on PC. But now
Yeah,
it's coming to PS4.
it pretty much drove Xbox One sales for a bit there.
Yeah, and it was
And
just a total letdown.
yeah,
Like
it's
all of the games this
yeah,
console
it,
generation.
like it's awesome, but it's not. Like it's hard to say. Like okay, so there's parts about it that could have been awesome if they had made the game better. um,
Yeah, I know.
that's
There's
the
always
best I
like
can say.
some like shining glory moments, but
and the big pile of poop. There's like a little nugget
yeah,
of
there's a nice nugget.
sunshine. But hopefully 2 works out better than 1 did.
Oh yeah,
'cause,
maybe they'll redeem it.
yeah, my problem with 1 was they had a lot of like 1. I didn't exactly like the bots. I'd rather just play with other people, but that's not a big deal. My biggest thing is like there was hardly any like weapons or new stuff like that.
Not
There
a
was
lot
no
of
single
unlockables.
player, which
No single player.
is a good or bad thing. I don't know. If they
I
were to
don't
just,
like
it would have
games that don't have single player.
I mean, if they would have went the Call of Duty route, then fine. Just don't do single player because we've seen that. But if they would have, I think with this world, they could have done a much better single player than like Call of Duty could and all that. Especially because you have all the robots and everything. Maybe get
Fighting
some
robots.
aliens in there and they could fight
Alien robots?
aliens and
Maybe alien robots.
oh my god,
You know?
you did
They
it.
could just get creative with this, but no.
I mean, everyone. There's a story in the multiplayer, but nobody fucking listens. like,
Yeah,
there's
really.
people
There's probably just some
talking
like
stuff.
kid firing off faggot machine guns, you know?
Yeah,
Faggot, 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 faggot. You can't
I-
even hear anything.
I don't know. I think just like the multiplayer too. Like, it was fun, but it got old. Like there wasn't enough. You know, it was fun for the first week.
Yep.
Yep.
That's it.
That should be their tagline.
Yeah.
too.
Titanfall. Fun for the first week.
Yeah. The first week will be the night of your life, or
That'll be the week of your life.
Yeah.
I used to play old games on the 64 with bots, and I'd just play by myself a lot, and it was fun still.
Yeah.
But Titanfall, I don't think, even if it was just single player, it wouldn't be fun.
I think if it was just single player, it would be fun. Just they'd have to do a good story. You know.
Oh yeah, they'd have to do that. But with the way it is, it just has like a story.
Yeah.
When you drop off.
Yeah.
There's basically nothing.
Anyway, speaking of multiplayer, the last year, which is a 5 versus 1 multiplayer, so kind of like Evolve, survival horror game where you fight 5 people fight a serial killer, and
Yep.
this very resemblance of
like a horror
Jason
movie.
Voorhees.
It's just like watching a horror movie. Yeah.
Well, actually, I know you don't know about this story because I don't know where the article is. I read it last week. I know we were going to do it last week, but we didn't end up doing anything last week. So,
Yep.
if you look at the picture of last year, I know you have the link. Should put it up in the video. You can see the guy looks a bit like Jason Voorhees.
Oh yeah.
And
he
he
doesn't
used-
have the hockey mask, but
Yes, he used to though, and you see they got sued because of that.
oh.
Not only because of that, but because the maps are also, if I remember, it's also Silver Lake Camp.
Yeah, they're gonna be like based
Yeah.
off of scenes from movies. Like horror
I don't
movies?
think so. I just think they took some inspiration.
Explore
and maybe just-
familiar territory based on classic horror movie
Yeah.
locations.
They took that. I think they just took inspiration a bit too far, and because of the whole suing thing, they kind of pulled it back a little bit.
Yeah, it's too bad. I wish it would have been like in the actual like East Side High or whatever
Well, actually,
from a horror movie.
apparently Jason is getting his own like game that's coming out soon.
Really?
And that's why they were like,
Oh, yeah, like no, that can't happen.
because like this game comes out. I mean, who's gonna play the game, the actual Jason game? Because this game looks
Probably
amazing.
nobody. 'Cause it's probably gonna be garbage. But
Like this game is literally the first Kickstarter that I've ever seen that was like, I want to back this. Like that. This is the only game that's ever done that for me.
it
And-
looks cool, and I want to read something here. It says you'll play the roles of 5 stereotypical high school characters while cooperating to complete objectives and survive.
Yeah.
Well, the
Typical.
stereotypical.
Yeah. And then one of the things that I really liked about it was if you go down to the complete bottom of the Kickstarter, it says choices, choices, choices. And it kind of displays a bit of how the game mechanics will work and everything. And it says that about it, the killer, if he can disable the camp generator and then all the lights go out. So
Yeah.
you need to find a flashlight to help you find the keys and gas because everything is dark, stuff like that. So I guess you're trying to get out like in a car and stuff. So it also goes into like nerds and medics and stuff. Like
Oh yeah, you'll have a
nerds
scout,
can-
just like a
yeah.
hot chick.
nerds can put the or turn the lights back on, and medics can heal other people. Like, I think that's really cool.
The
'cause
nerd
you're
is the technician. Yeah.
You're giving classes that feel like they're actual teenagers. Well, probably not the medic, but the medic could just be like a school nurse, that type of thing. Um, but yeah, I think the way they did that is really cool. And I mean, I guess it's not a totally new concept, but the whole 501 thing that's been done before, but this like as far as like a horror thing, I think it would be a lot scarier than
The horror
Evolve.
theme, yeah, it seems
Yeah.
it seems like you'll probably be a little helpless as the survivors, but if you like work together real well, you might actually be able to take down the serial killer or whatever.
I hope you can't kill the serial killer. Honestly, I hope you
Oh, yeah,
can't
you
kill
can
the
probably
serial killer,
like
but you can get
disable him.
away. Yeah,
Maybe.
maybe there's like some like karate kid in there that can like hurt him.
Well, there's like
But
an assault class. I mean, he's got a crowbar, and he's like a jock.
yeah, I don't know. I'd love for them to not do that. To like not be able to hit them.
I mean, he could be
Um,
like Freddy Krueger or something, where you can't really kill him, but you can
oh,
still
okay, hold
knock him out.
on. Okay, so Chad, the assault, offers protection to other players and can melee attack slash stun the killer, giving the other survivors a chance to escape.
Yeah, there you go. You can
Strong to
stun him.
withstand from attacks. So yeah, he can stun him, but he can't kill him. That's awesome if that's like legit. Because honestly, I don't want I want to be
Yeah,
scared.
if it's easy to
I-
just like
yeah,
murder the serial killer, then it's
if
like,
there's like something
well,
like some exploit you can do or something to get him stuck in something and kill him, that wouldn't be fun. But if you could just go through and like boom, just like serial killer can just come kill you, but you can't kill him, it makes it scarier.
oh yeah,
And it
especially
makes
if
it
it's like
more
a supernatural kind of serial killer.
yeah, because like you can also do something because if you can kill him, like you can just make that the objective. But if the objective is what I think it is,
Survive
which
and just stay
which
alive.
is to survive and get out by like getting the keys to a car and like getting gas.
There's actually like a way to win, then yeah, that's
Yeah.
cool.
It puts it more on that focus rather than just killing the guy.
Yeah, I think
Uh,
it's a more interesting way to play.
Yeah. Oh, and then
But
Oculus.
in like in a horror
And-
movie, you're always just like, just kill him. I mean,
yeah.
you
And then-
got a crowbar.
Yeah, it's like Chucky, like oh
Oh
my
yeah,
god.
just rip its head off.
So scary. Like no, in real life, it's actually a good point. I was watching a video. I forget who it was by or anything like that, but they brought up the point of the hood and why serial killers and all that never go to the hood because they would get fucked up. Like
The hood. Oh yeah.
most people like I've never been. I've been to the hood. Like I almost grew up like I grew up in a bad neighborhood, but
In a
not
bad
the hood.
neighborhood.
Not the hood, not anywhere near the hood. But
But yeah, if
I've
it's serial
been
killer
to
just
the
get
hood,
murdered, just shot
and
dead.
I've seen people with guns and stuff like that on the corner. Like, yeah, they'd get shot the hell up, and maybe
Yeah, the
Michael
would-be
Myers,
serial killer.
I'm sorry,
Yeah,
maybe Michael Myers and Jason and all that. Maybe not, but like people like Chucky or like the Leprechaun who actually did go to the hood, and that just ended up being like a piss fest.
The
Like,
leprechaun one.
yeah, that was hilarious. I love that movie, but
I've never
that
seen
just
that.
ended up being funny, instead of like legit horror.
Yeah, like the faculty, the
Oh
alien
my
teachers.
God. That is such a good movie. I love that movie.
Yeah, I think they'll be drawing from that.
I mean, it pertains to
With, like, a
nothing
high
about
school.
the hood or anything.
They're gonna have a
But-
high school map, I think.
Yeah. Eastwood High, or what is it? Was it Eastwood?
East Side.
East Side.
East Side High. But yeah, last year I'm sure they're kind of drawing for I Know What You Did Last Summer and
Yeah.
probably
Oh,
a
I'm
bunch
sure,
of other
'cause-
movies.
I mean, look, in our age, there's a lot that like has been done, and there's not a lot that hasn't been done. So if you could take what has been done and perfect that, I'm fine with that.
Yeah,
I
I,
like it.
know. Especially from a movie standpoint.
Yeah. Which is why I mean I get why they sued, or like I don't think they sued. I don't want to use that. I think they just like send a cease and desist or something like that.
Just like,
They
stop.
didn't actually go to court or anything, I don't think, but they did have lawyers contact them, I'm pretty sure, and do all that stuff.
Yeah.
But
because you can't
I
use a
get
hockey
why-
mask anymore.
yeah. well, I get why they
What's
did
your
that,
goalie?
and I'm glad that they changed it and everything and made it so that they could like still make the game. But I just wish that like I was just like so bummed that the game wasn't gonna happen, or because I just kind of assumed it wasn't. But I'm glad they fixed it. But like I get why the other people did it, but at the same time, like there wasn't really a need to. Like I don't know. It's
Yeah,
hard
I
to
mean,
explain.
it would
They
have
didn't
been the
have
same.
to,
It
but
would
I
have
get
been the
why.
same with or without it.
Yeah. I mean, they're.
With a hockey mask. I mean,
I'm sorry. I'm gonna be honest. Their chasing game might flop. It probably will. Most, except for the exception of the two of the greatest games of last year. Oh, I was doing so good with the cursing. Two of the greatest games last year, or kind of this year, Shadow Mordor and Alien Isolation. They were video or movie games, but they both brought something new to the table. And Alien Isolation, they just perfected like what they were doing.
well,
As did
that's
Shadow
arguable,
Mordor.
but
I think they did.
it was a
I,
cool game. I
it
never
was
played it.
I liked it. So I didn't go all the way through the story, but I did play it a little bit. I think Alien Isolation is an amazing game
But
though.
yeah, movie games usually suck.
Yeah,
but
movie games usually suck.
Some of the
That was
ones
my
that have been coming out, like you mentioned, Shadow of Mordor, pretty good.
Yeah, but can we really expect a Jason movie to be good? Like,
Like Jason game. Yeah, I don't expect
yeah,
the movies to be
like,
good already.
it's, you see, Jason, all that will always be on our mind. They're classic horror films and stuff, but it's
Nightmare
not relevant
on
right
Elm
now.
Street.
Shadow Mordor was relevant. Alien Isolation, you could argue that wasn't as relevant.
Aliens are
As
always relevant.
uh, well, yeah, but they did just have Prometheus, and there still is interest in there. I don't think we've had like a good like blockbuster Jason movie in a long time.
Like yeah, like an actual decent horror movie. Even though I argue those movies aren't decent. They're terrible.
I think the first few are really good, like, especially the first one, but that's not really Jason. But
They're awful, but that's just kind of like it's already done. It's not much you can do.
yeah, but if you just take elements from it, 'cause like they did, and
Yeah.
add some other stuff, yeah.
The movie like Cabin in the Woods, that surprised me. That was a good movie.
Yeah, yeah. I didn't like it at first because I didn't get what they were doing. But then once I watched it again after realizing what they did,
Oh yeah.
it was so much
It was
better.
even better like the third time I watched it. I was like, this is just a thoughtful movie. Like it's
Yeah.
not just a terrible horror movie. Yeah, it's interesting and surprising. That's what they need to do for any new horror movies.
Yeah.
It's just hard to like make me surprised, make it interesting. It's really vague. But
Speaking.
speaking of aliens,
Oh, okay.
what do you have something?
Speaking of new,
Uh huh.
this company claims that their flying car will hit market in 2 years.
Yeah. So there's a car that flies, just like it sounds,
And it looks awesome.
and they have footage
they're
of,
gonna
of it like taking off.
Yeah. It's called the Aero Mobile, but without the E. Um, they're gonna have to like widen our regular streets, but
Oh yeah, yeah. They even say here in the article that you could probably just add on a lane in the highway, and everyone can land on that.
yeah, because that's not a big deal. It's not like that's hard.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And,
That's definitely like millions of dollars.
I've been following this like thing from the beginning,
I never heard of
basically.
it.
Like when it was just like this silver, like you see the front of it, it was just like this silver little thing with like two like it looked like arms that stretched with like their hands facing down, kind of like that kind of thing. That's all it was before, and it flew, but probably not as
Now it
nearly
looks
as
super
good
damn
as
expensive.
it does. Like, it
This
probably
thing looks
is
like a
gonna be super
multi-million
damn-
dollar like machine.
But this is where it starts. You
But,
know, computers were like so much money.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't have a
But
figure.
I think
They're
we're getting
so-
there. That's the exciting thing is that in like 10, 20 years We might
Yeah.
have like affordable flying cars, and that's like future, man.
And you know where else we might be? Going to Jupiter's moon.
Oh, I wasn't done with this. I need
Oh,
to.
sorry.
There's a quote. Uh,
Okay.
okay, so let me just start here on this paragraph. Given that we have promised similar time frames before, people have a right to be skeptical. Matt Novak from Paleo Future, for example, has said he will literally eat the sun if it is released by 2017. I just love that. I will literally eat the sun if it is released by 2017. So
Literally and figuratively eat that sun.
there's skeptics. I don't know how he's gonna literally eat the sun. He can't. He literally can't.
Yeah.
But
No,
that's
he
just a
can.
hilarious
If he
quote.
could put cars in the air, he can eat the sun. Damn it.
No, this is just a critic, skeptic, Paleo Future, Matt Novak. But anyway,
Oh,
so
okay.
there are skeptics that say it's probably not going to happen in the next 2 years.
Yeah, there's always it's just like the Mars One thing. There's
I can
skeptics about
kind of
that,
agree.
but I mean, if they have a plan
Oh yeah,
and
I
they
want him
think
to do it. I
we're not on the
challenge him.
inside, we don't know what's going on. So
Yeah.
they could be ready to do it, and we just probably don't know what they have planned or what they're using or anything.
Yeah.
But I definitely think it's awesome. I hope it's probably not going to become like street ready
Oh yeah, not for a while.
anytime soon, but it's definitely a great advancement into getting like us in the air affordably on our own without like having to fly on a
Oh yeah,
huge
everyone
plane
has to
with
get
all
like a
these other
pilot's
people.
license along with a driver's license.
It'll probably just be like a part of the driver's license
Yeah.
eventually.
Or some people just like, I don't want to fly. I just want to
part
drive.
of the driver's license, but like it's like how trucks have like there's a certain class of license that you have to have to
Uh-huh.
drive a truck,
Yeah, or
and then you have
bus.
to have a certain motorcycle license to drive them. So it'll probably be something like that where you have to get
Yeah,
a
you get your
certain
flying
license.
like car license.
Yeah, flying car license.
It runs on gasoline, which is interesting. I wonder how far it could go. But it does say that it goes about 120 miles an hour or something in the air and about 100 on the ground.
So that's fast.
It cannot have a
It's-
big tank on that thing, though. How small it is.
Well,
It
the
could
other
probably hold
problem-
like 10 gallons.
The other problem you have is like restricted airways. I mean, there's no street for the
For the
air.
air. Yeah, that's
have
the
other-
biggest problem.
Yeah, you have other like planes like you can't get in their route, and if you do, there's a cause of or there's a
There'll be
chance.
so many accidents if
Um,
it's not like. Oh,
so-
yeah.
What else? Oh well, going with the restricted airways, if you fly over some like war base or something,
You just get
like,
shot down.
Get shot down.
Yeah, like.
I was just going to visit my grandparents. I got shot down.
But like right now, if a plane sees another plane, then if it sees another plane coming at them, then there's no way they can avoid it because it's
Yeah.
gonna hit them. But
But
these are a lot slower than like a commercial jet right now. But
I'm sure they could avoid easier too.
they might be more
This is flying
maneuverable.
cars.
And-
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just how does traffic work in the air? If there's so many people driving in the air, then
Yeah. Well, I mean,
it's gonna be a
it
mess.
would be up it would be a lot of it would be up to the person driving the car because they'd probably put a radar in there so you can tell when other planes are coming. So
Yeah, I mean the best way would probably have them fly themselves. That would be the safest.
well,
We can have
and,
autopilot.
there are skeptics of that too, like how safe driving like self-driving cars and
They're
like
pretty safe.
That's see the thing is that systems can shut down, systems can malfunction, stuff like that. Systems can be hacked.
Yeah,
That's the
a
big problem too. And then the other thing you go into is with self-driving cars is you have people in there that can take over manually. But one person brought up a good point. I mean, people right now, they're so distracted with their phones and stuff that they're getting in accidents. When you don't even have to drive, how distracted do you think you're going to be? You're not just going to be looking at the road like,
Oh yeah,
you're
I
going to be
mean,
watching Netflix or
they'll be
something.
way safer.
And
They'll
then
just take you to where you want to go, and then
provided that all the people are also in driverless cars, and then that system is all airtight down to the bone, like amazing, which probably won't happen. There will probably still
I'm
people,
sure it's
still
not
there will probably
perfect.
be a lot of people that still either can't afford driverless cars
Well, it doesn't matter. I
or
mean, right now they have driverless cars with a bunch of people who aren't in autopilot, and it still works, and they can still park and everything.
yeah, they can. But the problem that you run into is if you have millions of driverless cars and then you have a couple people, well, not more than a couple people that don't want to drive a driverless car or be in a driverless car, or you have
They just
people
have old cars.
who
Yeah,
who
they'll
can't
always be there.
afford it. Let me talk. Or
Yeah,
you have people that can't afford it. If they come at you like they almost cause an accident, you're not in the right space to, like avoid it. I mean, you can only rely on a system so much to avoid it for you too. I mean, right now they have cars that will stop for you and stuff like that right now, but I can't I can't give my testimonial on how well they
well,
work or whatever
I'm
because
gonna argue that
sure,
maybe not right now, but
yeah,
maybe in a few years they'll be safer. Like
yeah. I'm
they'll
not
be able
saying
to avoid accidents
I'm not
way
saying
better
it's
than even
never
we
going to
can.
be
They'll
a
be faster reflexes because they're computers.
yeah. I'm not saying they're never going to be a thing. It's just not soon. I don't think we'll ever. I don't think. I'm probably not in our lifetime. I don't think we'll
Yeah, and
switch over.
computers can fail. But that's
I don't think we'll switch over to the whole driverless car thing and everything. Probably not in our lifetime.
probably
But
not.
I don't know. I could be wrong.
But yeah, I mean, a lot of changes have happened in the last 100 years, so a
Well,
lot more could happen.
my biggest fear would be the hacking thing too. If somebody could hack your car, like they can already do it with like OnStar and stuff and take over your car. Somebody can do that to almost every car in the world.
But
That's scary.
yeah, it is. But right now, you have a computer. Why nobody has a reason to hack you?
But if you're driving a car and they just want to be terrorists or whatever,
Yeah,
like
and that could
if somebody
happen. Like
hacks
a terrorist can still blow you up.
but somebody hacks your computer, that's not a big deal. Somebody hacks your car while you're driving, make you crash into another person,
Yeah,
that's life threatening.
that is a big deal. But
And
right now, a terrorist can blow you up,
and think
drive a
about how
plane into
hard that is
you.
though. Think about all the security we have nowadays on like planes and stuff. How secured like big group area meetings. Like that was
It's
a long.
definitely a challenge. I'll give you that.
It's much harder to blow a bunch of people up than to hack a system. I won't provided you have the knowledge to hack that system. It's much harder to blow somebody up than to hack the system and then just have people drive their cars into each other. You'll kill a lot more people that way too, especially if everyone's driving driverless cars.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's just the thing
it's a
that we're gonna
risk.
have to face for sure.
Yeah,
Like
and I mean, who knows? 50 years from now, there might not be any such thing as hacking or something like that. You never know. But you know what we do know.
oh, we actually can guess that there's icy plumes bursting out of Saturn's moon, Enceladus.
Well, that wasn't what I was talking about. But let's go to that. Yes, why don't you take this one over?
I guess I don't know much about it really. Then that there's astronomers who have observed uh, like geysers of like ice like blasting out of this moon. That's Saturn's moon, and it means that there's probably water underneath that is bursting out, and water is kind of exciting because it means there could be life.
Yeah.
And there's lots of places around our solar system even that have water that we've discovered. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah, but it, being able to support water is a sign that they could support life.
Yeah, and it definitely
Which is
doesn't mean
why
that there
which is
is
why
life.
Mars having ocean, having a enormous ocean and all that, which is why that is such a like a good thing, because that means that at one time it supported life, so why can't it do that again?
Mars could have had like a little alien race on it at one
And
time. It
maybe
definitely
Mars
doesn't
was the old
now,
Earth.
but Mars
You
could
never
have been, yeah, like Earth.
you never know. I mean, history is, as far as we can tell, um, a guess far back, somewhat. There's a lot of stuff we don't know. I mean, hey, Earth or Mars could have been Earth just years ago when aliens moved over to Earth. They
Oh yeah, wouldn't that be
turned
interesting?
they were human. Maybe we're the aliens,
Maybe
basically.
we're
Maybe
the
we live
aliens.
on Mars, and then Mars died,
Yeah.
and we moved to Earth.
More
They
likely
forgot
though.
about it.
More
And
likely though is that it was just like Earth, or
yeah,
there could have been other beings on it, but they were probably more like just bacteria and some of the single-celled organisms. Because Mars probably didn't have long enough to just be there to have
I'm a
enough
I'm a
evolution.
I'm a dreamer. God damn it!
But and it could have. You
That
never know.
happened.
You never
I'm
know.
calling it.
It lost its magnetosphere and its atmosphere a while ago, and so we don't know anything about it really.
But you know what we do know,
Uh, What?
that Ganymede, is that Ganymede or something like that.
It's
Um,
Ganymede, I think.
there's water on there.
So Ganymede is another moon, and it's a moon of Jupiter, and it is also thought to have water underneath. This one
Yeah.
is interesting because there's uh, the Hubble Space Telescope. You probably know about it.
Yeah.
It has detected like auroras around Ganymede, and because the auroras didn't like act the way they expected it to, they figured that it has like some kind of magnetic um, what's the word? I don't know. It has a weird magnetic field that doesn't correspond how it should have. So they figure that there's salty water underneath that is
Yeah.
creating its
A-
own magnetic field.
Yeah, it's actually the only moon with a magnetic field. It's also the largest moon in our solar system that we know of. 'Cause there
Yeah, it's
might be
bigger
more.
than Mercury.
And the ocean actually might contain more salt water in it than all the water on the surface of Earth.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Laying down some knowledge.
Yeah, that's like the weird part. Like
Yeah.
more water than all of Earth.
Yeah. That's crazy.
And
Like,
the fact that it's bigger than a planet, bigger than Mercury, it's like what?
yeah. Can you imagine living on a moon though? Like, how crazy would that be?
Oh, that'd be so cool. Like just see the planet that you're looking at.
Yeah. Can you imagine living on our moon and like looking down at Earth? That would be
Oh, I know.
like beautiful.
Earth is beautiful.
That'd be amazing. And then I would want to know what it looks like at night on the moon. That's what I want to know, or from space. I want to know, like for my own eyes though, not just like a picture, but like for my own eyes, what it looks like.
Oh, you want to be like looking at the Earth while on
And
the dark side of the moon. Well, you can't be on the dark side
No,
of the moon,
no,
but
no.
while it's nighttime.
yeah, well, like looking at the side of Earth that is night. So like if I'm in front of the U.S. while the U.S. is at night during nighttime, I'm looking at Earth, like that would be awesome. And then to watch it turn to daytime, that would be amazing too. Because then you get to see. Well, you can't look at the sun, but if you just look at the Earth, you get to see like the light just slowly cover an area of the Earth. That would be amazing.
Oh yeah, and just to see the atmosphere of the Earth, like you can see the sun come over the atmosphere, and it just
Yeah,
looks so cool.
Yeah. Well, that was fun. All that science.
No, we're not done.
We are. All right.
No,
What are we doing?
I don't know. Anyway,
We're done. But
There probably
What
is
was
no
that
life on
last?
any of these moons, but the fact that there's
Yeah, probably
water
not.
is
But
pretty
we
cool.
it does raise the point that it could support life in the future
The
for
problem
us.
is that it's so cold. That's the big problem. It's
Yeah,
just
there's
not
problems with
habitable.
everywhere that I mean, even if Kepler, even if they find this perfect copy of Earth out there,
Yeah,
which I do believe exists, it's far away
it could
from
possibly
us.
not have life on it.
Oh, well,
That's
I don't even care if it has life on it or not. I just care that we find it and we get it. Like,
it's
because
mine.
just
Yeah.
right now, our Earth is only going to be around for so long.
But yeah, how are we gonna get there though? Like the
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
closest
Like,
the
even
closest
that
star is
Earth,
4.2 like light years away.
I think our salvation is either on Mars or in the air of Venus. Like, because like up in Venus is like there's
Oh,
like this
okay,
like
I've heard about this, yeah.
yeah, Goldilocks zone. That's where our future is, in one of those two places. I don't think even if we find that Earth, I mean, it's going to be years before we have the technology available, if we ever have that technology, because
Yeah.
it is
'Cause
not a
we
guarantee.
could be extinct
It is no. I mean, it's
easily.
fun to think about, but warp space, all of that, that's not a guarantee. I'm sure there's more science behind it. It might be very, very plausible, but that's not a guarantee that we ever get that.
Well, yeah, just
So
getting to Mars takes like
yeah,
years.
yeah, that's one of the biggest.
We
I
can't go
believe we could.
fast enough. That's the
I,
problem.
be, I believe that one day we'll be able to get from Earth to Mars in at least like a year.
If
Like,
we can do it in like teleporting or something,
well, if we could
that would be
teleport,
amazing.
yeah, depending on how far the teleporting reaches, I
Like,
mean, we could just teleport to New Earth. But if I think with our advances and the way they're going now, I think in our lifetime we'll be able to go to Mars in like a year time. Like we'll be able to get there and back in like a year.
I don't know if that's possible because we just can't get the fuel enough and the speed.
But well, like you were saying earlier, possible right now, but later on,
Yeah, I mean there could be some kind
technolo-
of breakthrough.
technology advances.
Yeah.
We find out how to, because you could also do the whole rubber banding thing where you like go around Earth and then it like shoots
Oh
you
yeah,
off
that's
towards
how
Mars.
they have to do it probably.
Well, yeah, but
That's how they send
stuff like that.
satellites way out to like Neptune, and
Yeah.
there's one that's going to be going to Pluto, and it's going to be there like in a few months, I think. Isn't that crazy that there's a satellite
Yeah.
from us all the way out to Pluto?
Yeah. And I just imagine there's aliens out there like looking into stuff or like watching our satellites like, look at these idiots.
Yeah, I was like, what the hell?
We haven't had satellites for years.
It's been a long time since we had this primitive technology.
Yeah.
It was like back in 2005.
Like we're so technology advanced, we don't even exist. Like, we just float.
Oh man, the thing is, life is like, it's so rare. it's
Yeah.
it's so incredibly difficult to have all the right conditions for
You
life
see,
as we know it.
that's the thing about aliens though. I'm a big believer that there's some kind of life, probably not the aliens that we imagine and not visiting us, but there's
yeah.
life out there because there
They
has to
definitely
be.
haven't visited us. That's
As
for
big
certain.
as the universe is, I refuse to believe that we are the only planet
Oh, I
that is
know.
habitable for life and that contains life. But that's probably far away, and we'll probably never meet them.
In our
But
galaxy alone,
they're out
our
there.
single galaxy, there's like billions of stars, which means there's billions of solar
Yeah.
systems, and then there's billions of galaxies.
Yeah, there's just way too much out there to believe that should not believe that there's life out there.
Yeah, like how could it have not happened with the probability of billions and trillions of galaxies and stars and planets?
Well, one thing's for sure is our future is bright. I hope. One thing's for sure.
Earth's not going to be around forever, but
we might not
we
be
could
around
be
forever,
around
but
longer
we'll be
than Earth.
around long enough to take a couple shots before we die. I hope.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's been our episode for today, guys. And we'll see you guys next
Think
time.
about life, about
Thanks for
space,
watching.
about things.
Yes, think about everything. The best thing you can do in life is learn and think.